Hi viewers, I'm Mahesh from BSc to NSC. Welcome to our channel. This video will explain all you need to know about pledging. Okay, so these are the topics that I'll be covering in this video. So you will come to know at the end of this video more about pledging and what are the advantages that you can get by pledging your holdings. Also, you will learn about the risks involved when you do this task. And I will also be explaining in detail on how you can go ahead and pledge your securities that is available in your Demat account, and I will also explain about how you can unpledge them in case if you want to sell your holdings. Okay, before we get started, I would like to show this. There is a book, Art of Stock Investing, written by Manikandan Ramalingam from bsc to nsc.com. So this book deals about how to identify stocks which are like making huge profits year after year and how to construct a portfolio containing these stocks. So this is purely for long-term wealth creation, not for traders. And this is a simple book which you can complete maybe within 60 minutes because it's only 42 pages. And even if you are completely new to market, you will be able to understand this book. If you need this book in the PDF format, kindly provide your details in the link available in the description of this video. Okay, let's get started with our current topic, that is pledging. Okay, what is pledging? So investors will hold shares of individual companies or a mutual fund or exchange traded fund or a combination of all these. So the expectation from the investor is over a long period when you hold them, the prices will appreciate, so you can exit at a higher price, realizing capital gains. So this is in a long-term wealth creation process. So the securities will be lying in your Demat account, not with the broker, but in your Demat account, either with CDSL or with NSDL. Those are the two depositories currently available in our country. By way of pledging, what you get? So you can place a pledge on your holdings to your broker, and in return you get margins to trade. So effectively, with no additional cash, you can trade just by having the securities in your Demat account and you doing a pledge on it. Then what happens? The broker repledges these shares in favor of the clearing corporation to get margin. How they actually get margin, that is something that we are not interested. We will skip that topic. Okay. Assume you have a portfolio or a stock like worth 10,000. When you place a request for pledge of 10,000 rupees worth of stock, you don't get margin as 10,000 exactly. There are some reduction that is called as like haircut. Say for example, if a haircut is 20% for a particular script that you are pledging now, you get only remaining 80% as the margin available to you to trade. So in the description of this video, you will find some links where you can get all the approved securities where you can do a pledge. So this implies you cannot pledge all the shares. So there's an approved list, and against each of that list, what is the haircut? And that varies from stock to stock, mutual fund to mutual fund, ETF to ETF. So you can go through the links available in the description to know more about them. Okay, so once you have done the pledge, it is authorized everything and you get the margin. How to use the margin or where you can use the margin? In the cash segment, you can do intraday buy, intraday sell. In the derivative segment, that is within futures, you can do a buy future or you can sell a future. And in options, you can do a sell transaction. These are the allowed trades where you can utilize this margin which you received by pledging your holdings. Delivery buy, that is buying shares for long term, and options buy, it is not allowed. That is because you need cash for these two type of transactions and not margins. By pledging, you don't get cash, you get only margins. So these two are not allowed using the pledged margin. Now, let us discuss about advantages of pledging. Why someone has to do this process? So it gives more firepower to the trader along with the available cash. Say for example, I have a portfolio worth of say 5 lakhs and then I have say some 1 lakh as an additional cash. So if I want to make a trade, if I don't pledge, so with the 1 lakh cash, I can place trades only using that 1 lakh. But if I have pledged it, assuming I'm able to get 80% post the haircut, so I will have additional 4 lakhs. Okay, so you get some returns on the appreciation of the prices of the holdings. So along with that, if you pledge and get the margin and you make trades using those margin, you can, there's a possibility, assuming you do profitable trades on net basis, then you can get additional returns from the same securities that you already hold in your demat account. So this is the main reason why someone will go for a pledge. So I will just explain with an example. The way to begin is you construct a stable, well-diversified portfolio. So I'm just taking some examples. Asian Paints, HUL, TCS, HDFC, Maruti, Titan, Sun Pharma, all are blue chips and they are sector leaders. These, if you can check in some websites, say for example screener.in, you can get their CAGR of the last 10 years. So on average, all these stocks would have given about say 14 to 18% on an average. It's just a rough number. So assume, so a portfolio returns, you get 14% a year. And if you are pledging these and you are able to trade using the pledged margin and you make 12% a year, that is basically 1% a month. I am assuming 1% because we will not be able to, no one will be able to make only profitable trades. So there will be some losses in trading. On a net basis, I am assuming 1% return a month. If you are not able to make 1% return a month, then we are not doing any good in trading. So there's something seriously wrong. So we should try to correct and make sure like we do trading properly. So I'm saying in a conservative way, 1% a month. So which will give you 12% a year in trading alone. So in total, you can make 26% a year. I'm not saying that everybody can make. I'm saying theoretically just giving you some numbers. You do your own research and you take the trade. There are risks in doing this. I will explain that in the next slide. So understand the risk. And only if you are comfortable and you are able to take that risk, you do this. 26% a year, it can beat almost all mutual funds out there. So I did some research, not just research, just a search, I would say, on the internet, and I found these statistics. So these are some well-known investors and you can see their CAGR and the period return. So 19% over 50 years, 20% over 34 years, 20% over 20 years, 29% over 13. So these are some renowned investors who made huge returns in investing for a longer period. And how much I'm saying here is 26%. I'm not saying one will be able to achieve this 26%. I'm just giving an example, and there are risks in doing this. So that is something that we will see in the subsequent slide. Okay, what are the risks involved? When you make a pledge, is your stock safe? Because prior to pledge, the stock will be in your demat account and you can sell. So apart from you, no one will have the access to debit the shares from your demat account unless you have given a POA to the broker. Okay, even with the POA, it is all a limited POA. So only when you initiate a transaction or something is due from you, only then broker will be able to debit it. With the new recent changes, when you make a pledge, the securities are not moved out of your demat account. It will be still in your demat account, but there will be a flag against it in simple terms, which will say it is pledged, which means you will not be able to sell it before unpledge. With this change by the regulator, the risk that we have on the system, like someone misusing your pledged holdings, is removed completely. because the securities will still be residing in your demat account only even after you pledge. Okay, then what are the other risks involved? Reckless trading loss. Say for example, you construct a portfolio with a long-term objective. Say you may want to build a portfolio for your retirement. Say, and you are doing an SIP on shares or mutual funds or ETF, whatever. Say 10,000 a month, and you have like another 25 years to retire, and you have a proper long-term plan, long-term goal for retirement. So and so is the expected cash that you wanted at the beginning of your retirement. So you construct a portfolio with proper planning, all that. Just because you wanted to make additional returns by pledging them and doing some trades. Again, I am saying trading is not an easy thing and it is not profitable. Most of the people will lose money in trading. So only if you know what you are doing, you should actually trade. And if you understand the risks, what you can lose by pledging your equity and then doing a trade from the margin from it. That is because if you make a loss and if you don't have cash, your broker will sell your pledged holdings and that may spoil your long-term goal. So lack of consistency in trading. Say you make some returns in a month and next month you make a huge loss and you don't have cash, then again you lose your shares if you don't bring the cash on time. So you should be consistent enough in trading. So only when you make profits consistently, only then you should even think about pledging. Otherwise you should never come into this area. Greed for longer returns. For example, what happens? Someone may be consistent in trading and by seeing, like when they know about pledging, that they get additional margin so they can get more returns. Say if you are targeting 1% a month, maybe someone will be consistently making that returns. After few years, the same person may become greedy and may wanted like 2% a month return, that is 24% a year in trading alone. That is inviting trouble. Because with the portfolio making 14%, you make 12%, on a whole you make 26%. That itself is massing and not easily achievable. It is easy to say in the PowerPoint presentation. I can say it easily, someone can say easily, but actually making that is very, very difficult. You need to understand that. So a greed factor can spoil everything here. Some people do naked option selling. So many people do this mostly for option selling. And any wild move on any day can make a huge dent in your trading balance. If you have cash, you can save your holdings, but if you don't have cash, you will lose your holdings to compensate for the loss. And in trading, as I said, many will be good in investing but not in trading. If you are someone like that, never think about hedging. I am trying to highlight the risk involved because you may lose your long-term objective just because you wanted to make an additional return by pledging the holdings and doing trading with the margin. So only if you are good in trading and if you are consistent enough and you are someone who can control your greed, then you do this. Otherwise, please avoid this. Someone will become complacent, like they know everything in trading. So they may be doing good like 4 or 5 years, but a big event like whatever happens like once in a decade where the indexes fall 30%, 40% in a month and then again it recovers back. So during such a huge volatile period, people who cannot adapt their trading strategy may lose big. And if you're doing with your portfolio pledged margin, then again there are chances like you can lose your not entirely major part of your holdings. So these are the risks involved by doing trading with the pledged margin. So do this only if you are already a consistent trader. Okay, now let us see how to pledge. Okay, so I am using Zerodha trading account. So I will just demonstrate using Zerodha. Okay, so I am going to go to the back office, that is console, portfolio and then holdings. Okay, so this is the holdings page. You can see the stocks in my demat account. So I have these are the stocks that are pledged. So I have Britannia, just one quantity. So if you want to pledge it, you just go here, click on the options and select pledge for margin. So this will show you how much quantity that is available to pledge and what is the haircut for that particular stock. So this is the current value. Post the haircut, this is the amount that you are going to get. Say for example, I'm going to place a request to pledge. So when I'm going to submit it, the pledge request is placed successful. So you can see here, it is pending. These will get processed only on the trading days, and it is not real time. Though the regulator wanted it to be real time, but the IT systems are not in time, and the regulator don't want to keep postponing the implementation of the new pledge rules. So they went ahead with the batch processing. When I say batch, like they collect all the pledge requests till like 2 p.m. and then 5 p.m. So any pledge request that you have placed, they will get processed together. So as of now, this is a pending request. In case you change your mind, you don't want to pledge, you can again go to the options. You can cancel your pledge request. So this is how you can pledge, and I will give you the link in the description with detailed steps explaining on how to pledge and how you have to authorize on the CDSL page to confirm the pledge. Okay, now if you want to unpledge, say for example, I have pledged my holdings of Ajanta Pharma. If you want to unpledge, the same way, you go to the options, select unpledge. So it shows the quantity pledged is 30. So if you want to unpledge, say I want to unpledge all of them, so I can place a request. I don't want to unpledge, I'm not placing it, but this is how you can place a request to unpledge. But there is something, a work in progress, wherein as of now you have to unpledge. The stocks will be available in your Demat account to sell on the subsequent trading day. Only then you can sell it. But there are new changes, maybe I don't know when that will get implemented, wherein you can just sell the stock right away even if it is pledged. As of now it is not live, but in future that will be implemented. Okay, so you can see I have so many stocks, like almost 18-19 stocks I have. Ajanta Pharma, Amar Raja. Out of all that, Britannia is the only stock that is not yet pledged. So when you go to Kite, which is the trading application, go to holdings, only the stock which is not yet pledged will be available on the holdings. So only then you can make a sell transaction here. If it is pledged, as I said, as of now you cannot sell it directly. You have to unpledge before you can sell. So they will not be shown on your Kite platform. It will be available only in console. Okay, now I will just go to the fund page. You can see here the available margin is about 7.7 lakhs, but the available cash is 81k. So you can see here the collateral equity. So the equity part, you can see from here the holdings. As of now, the current value is about almost 10 lakhs. After pledging the entire portfolio, this is the collateral that I am getting. So I have a haircut of approximately 31% for my entire portfolio. So along with that, I have a cash of this. So the total available margin is about 7.7 lakhs. So the thing that you need to see here is, if you are going to do any intraday trade, you can use all 100% of the pledged margin. So you can use this amount entirely without having cash. If there is a loss, to offset you need to have a cash, but to take a trade you need not have cash. Only with the equity, the collateral amount, you should be able to take a trade. But if you take any overnight position, as per the current regulations, you can use, say for example, you wanted to sell say one lot of Nifty futures positionally. You expect the market to go down, so you select overnight, and you will see the margin required is about 1.6 lakhs. If you wanted to take this trade, 50% of this is around 80,000. So 80,000 can be used from this collateral equity, but the rest 80,000 should be in cash. If you don't have that, and if you have very good like collateral margin like this, the system will allow you to take the trade, but your balance will be in negative. The available cash balance will go into negative. If that happens during a overnight, you might have to bring in funds to make it positive. And the implications are, the RMS team, the risk management team of the broker, they can square off your position anytime, and you will be charged like a penalty as per the exchange guidelines, and there will be an interest as well for the negative amount. So you should be having sufficient cash, like 50% cash if you are taking any overnight position, but for intraday you can use 100% of the collateral amount. I hope I have explained the pledging process and how to do. So if you have any queries, please leave them in the comments. I will be happy to respond, and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos. Thank you.